Come on, everybody, and join the chat.
So,
How's it going?
pretty goody.
Cool.
How's Mr. Snowflake doing? Melted yet?
First off, I'm not a snowflake. I'm a snowman. And
Alright.
secondly, I don't melt. I'm made out of magic snow.
Oh,
And thirdly,
is
I'm
it,
still sick as fuck.
I'm pretty sure it's yellow snow.
It's not yellow snow, it's magic snow.
I'm pretty sure it's yellow snow.
That's a good point, Dead Horse. A high point is a better gun to bury than a Glock. I guess I would agree with that.
Dude, high points are pretty reliable. The only thing they have going against them is the fact that they're heavy and they're bulky. Which is a lot when it comes to choosing a gun, but still.
Yeah. I never thought something would be more like a brick and more like a block than a Glock, but High Point found a way somehow.
More like a block than a Glock. Uh,
Heavy single stack MIM. Yeah,
The reason why they got to make it so thick is because they use such a cheap metal that they have to bulk it up because it's such a soft and cheap metal that they use to make the slide.
Well, exactly. That's like I think Yankee was talking about that with revolvers or something. There is one that's like one revolver is like way thicker than the other one, and he's like everyone says that makes it better, but it's actually like they use a different metal,
Different
so like
alloy.
they have to make it thicker to withstand the same pressure that the other company can make it thinner. And I forget which one it is. I don't really pay attention that much to revolvers.
Most of the time, revolvers, though, it just has to do with the cylinder and the barrel. So like the Smith and Wesson 639 airweight, that's why they can use that really lightweight composite materials because everything's in the cylinder and the barrel.
Well, yeah, as far as the explosion forces and stuff, and I think that's what he was talking about was the cylinder or whatever. But I like I said, I was only half paying attention. It was a Yankee video from I don't know a year ago or more, but he was talking about everyone says, oh, this like what name a company like oh you should get the Smiths because they're way thicker than the Colts or whatever. And it's like, yeah, the reason they're way thicker is because they use a different metal. So in reality, they're both like the same. They both withstand the same amount of pressure. One is not better than the other. Just one uses a different type of material than the other. And it's like, even the thicker one, it's like, it's not that the thicker one's heavier because they use a lighter material. They use thicker, lighter material that equals the same as a thinner, heavier material or whatever. Like, he's like, they're the same. Like, get over it.
I'd rather have something that's very, very small, compact, advertised as using a very lightweight material, but then they have to bulk it up because you're gonna have the same weight either way. So might as well just use a heavier material where you can get the size down a little bit.
I like number 4. High point is better to pistol whip someone with. That's a good point.
Well, that is true. I'd rather get hit over the head with a Glock than a high point.
And Chris is saying it's Ruger. Okay, dude. Like I said, I was only half paying attention, so it was
the answer to something is Ruger.
Well, no, I think that it's starting to come back. Like Ruger is thicker than the Smith and Wesson or whatever, but it's because they use different materials. So
we're still talking about revolvers.
Yeah, he was correcting me, or not. He was providing information that I did not have at the first place. So if anyone's listening, and I guess he knows more than what I know, so go bug Chris, don't bug me.
I don't know why everyone likes to get on Ruger LCPs. They always say they're junk throwaway guns. It's just because of the price point.
I don't think they're junk. They're okay.
I've never fired one or handled one, so I couldn't say anything. The thing that's surprising, though, is the fact that a lot of gun companies now, their quality control is low, and it's just surprising how a lot of them, it seems like they don't even test the gun before they release it to the market. A lot of striker-fired polymer frame pistols and not really living up to my expectations.
I mean, that's a little harsh. I wouldn't say a lot. Like, you make it sound like the majority of guns are crappy and getting out there.
No, as long as you stick with a good, reputable brand.
Exactly.
Canic.
Oh, I didn't realize you were still talking. More companies
are coming out with the cheapy striker.
You gotta stop playing games when you're talking, dude. You keep fucking muting yourself.
What else am I supposed to do then?
I don't know. Bind fucking spacebar to something else, so you don't have to hit it.
Is that really possible?
Yeah, make your jump button, I don't know, Alt or something. So you don't have to hit
I thought you meant like changing it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I understand.
What was it? There was some comedian was talking about that as his grandpa's hearing aid, and he used to always come up and be like, "Hey, Grandpa, no, what do you think?" And then he used to be sitting there, "Oh, this damn thing." I forget who it was. There's some comedian.
I like pranking people. It's hilarious.
I don't know if you call that a prank as much as it's just being kind of being a dick to your grandpa with a hearing aid, but it was a funny hypothetical situation. Hey, you do that enough. You don't need to fake it with all your spacebar action.
Yeah, yeah. Spacebar is Bay.
Well, spacebar is cool. Just
That ooh that
hey, come on.
that ooh that.
Dude, I
on
wonder
now.
if there's a way to bind my spacebar to a different key.
That's what
on
I
the-
just said.
No, not within the game itself, because that's not possible, but within the Google settings.
I
Joy
bet you,
2 key.
I bet you it's easier to change the mapping of the game than it is the Hangouts.
Look up an application called Joy 2 Key. You might be able to.
Joy to the key, all of me and me. Joy to the people in the deep blue sea. Joy to me and me.
Me and me?
Yeah.
That's not narcissistic at all.
No,
Well, it's
no,
not my
it's
fault. How am I supposed to rhyme something with joy to the key and then be like, the world or whatever?
Joy to the sea.
You also forget Smeggy is the most self-centered person I've ever met.
And hey, I did
That's
say
not true.
joy to all the people under the sea. So
He's a pretty
Right,
okay person.
right. But I have to ask Megs, where is that trigger?
Jesus Christ.
It took me, at most 1 week to send it to you, but it's taken you an entire freaking year.
I know.
Hey, I went ahead and posted a link inside the Google Hangouts chat. Y'all probably want to check that out.
Hey, Smegs, I have I think you have a problem. You have a problem letting go.
Let it go. Let it go.
That's not exactly my problem.
Hey, does anyone follow Coleon Noir on YouTube?
No.
Yeah.
Did you see the 7 dating tips for gun nuts video?
Yeah, I did.
It's pretty funny.
It's
Keep
somewhat humorous, yeah. I have to say though, I'm not. It's kind of clever. The
What's
thing is,
clever?
I'm not like super keen on how basically like the last couple videos now he's made with Lesort.
He's a pretty cool dude though.
Like he's just like the goofball. Like Conan Noir is the straight man, and he's like the goofball one. It's like, what am I watching? The fucking Three Stooges here or something? Like Abbott and Costello.
Where's Curly? Where's Shep?
Curly.
Yeah, Three Stooges probably wasn't the best.
No, it's
thing,
more
'cause
like
it's
Abbott
not
and
physical
Costello.
comedy, but it's definitely Abbott and Costello for sure. Well, I mean, you gotta put your revolver in the refrigerator, right?
Hey, Abbott.
See, the thing I was most surprised about is that Coleon Noir was at Starbucks willingly in the first place. See, I wouldn't step foot in that place. Even if my boss said like there was a business meeting there or something, I'd be like, y'all gotta pick another place to go because I ain't about to go there. Oh man, it's like the sewage, like liberal sewage. I bet you 35% of the people that step foot in that place, like they said on the video, are like vegans or vegetarians or whatever.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
I don't know, because it just fits the whole genre that a lot of the people that go there go in. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the whole yoga, new age type.
Yeah, and so what?
Center yourself in the universe type people.
So you can't be around someone who's a little bit different from you?
I don't know, man.
I personally don't drink coffee, so I can't even
freak
speak
me
to
out a
whether
little
their
bit.
coffee's good or not. I've heard people say they like it, and I've heard people say it's disgusting.
Do you drink caffeine at all?
It's really
Oh, yeah.
overpriced.
I drink Mountain Dew like a motherfucker. It's just coffee's way too bitter for me.
Okay, I can agree. Well, I drink coffee in the morning, but I only have like 1 or 2 cups mostly, and then I probably drink, a ton of caffeine in the afternoon. So
Yeah, no, coffee's way too bitter, and I've had it with, sugar and cream, and I've had it with different flavors, and I've had the Choco Moco Lodo Bada Doodoo and whatever, and I don't like any of it. It's all
I
way
prefer
too bitter.
cappuccinos.
The extra skinny chai latte with whipped cream and blah da 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 da.
Have you been to Starbucks today?
Me?
Yeah, because you're giving us all these weird drinks. What the hell? What the hell, man? There's coffee and then there's like cappuccino. That's it. That's all you need.
I think I've been to Starbucks one time in my life. One time. And
One time you will admit.
When I was like 5. Other than that, I go to Dunkin' Donuts because their prices are lower and their coffee's just better.
Starbucks didn't exist when I was 5. You youngin'.
Yeah, you fucking millennial.
Millennial.
Hey, Knight, me and you are millennials too.
Well, you might be because you're a few years younger than me.
No, you count too, man.
Doesn't
like
millennial mean that you were born after 2000?
No.
No,
it means you were of age, during the 2000s.
Yeah, you were in like your upper teenage, like entering adulthood around the year 2000, which I still personally don't agree with because in my opinion, yeah, millennials are like kids that are in high school right now. So they were born like the second half of the 90s. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I was born in the second
half. That's when it went bad. Yeah, you're definitely a millennial, but actually, I feel like if you were born in the 80s, you're not a millennial, but apparently the switchover is somewhere in there.
I'm on the way end of the spectrum. Like, yeah, I can be considered millennial, but not really.
I like to consider myself
just because it's because of the time I was born as opposed to the time you were born, Smex. It's just because it's more
like a year apart.
No, I'm 33. How old are you?
32.
Whoa.
Oh, okay, so you're close.
In fact, I'll be 33 in this April.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Wait, no, I won't. What the fuck am I saying?
Whoa.
You'll be 32.
Did you just lie to me?
Did you just lie about your age?
No, I psyched myself out because I'm like, wait, that would make me an odd number, but it should be even. But no, yeah, it's an odd year. Yeah, I'll be 33.
But technically, Smeggy, you and I are the last generation that remember a time before the fucking internet.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember when we didn't have the internet and all we had were, shitty Macs in schools instead of PCs.
Yeah, man, those were the days.
All I know is that I was the first generation to be born into this. I was born in 1999. So I was.
Shit, I was in high school at that point. So you're a fucking millennial.
No, my generation is the first generation to be like indoctrinated into the whole technology thing.
Shit, I miss 1999.
Let me say it like this though, because like when I was growing up, the thing we had was that it was almost like no portable technology. Then we had the Game Boy, and that was like
no. We had the Game Boy. We had the fucking
Game Boy. We had the Game Boy.
But we had
kids these days, man.
We had the Game Boy Advance SP.
I feel like Bob and Dano in here talking to the youngins. Jesus.
Right, shit.
You don't get to claim portable. Dude, I remember there was a vacation and we went on when I was a kid. Boy. The hotel had complimentary the Sega
Game Gear.
The Game Gear. It took like 6D batteries that lasted about an hour. You needed more batteries. And they gave it like for free. Like you just checked it out at the front desk or whatever. So my parents got that and we got some batteries and like I played it and then I was bugging them the entire trip to like go buy more batteries. My dad's like, no, you get one set of batteries and when it dies, you have to turn it back in. So I played it for a little bit and then I had to turn it back in because it was dead.
So we took a trip to DC one time and we borrowed our cousins' Game Boys and all their games. It was when it had just come out. And
which one? The Game Boy Color? Or?
No, the Game Boy. Like
the original one.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
And the fucking valet stole them. So my dad had to pay like our cousins like $400 because that's how expensive they were.
Dumbass valet.
This is probably
that's
back
why you don't leave valuables in your car. Or
late
inside.
80s, maybe 90.
Matt, how old are you again?
33.
Okay, you're my age, so you know.
Asking the valet to park your truck when you have a gun rack in the back and you got like shotguns and hunting rifles sitting back there.
No, you don't. If it was me, I wouldn't have them in my truck like that.
Why do you need someone to park for you anyway?
I don't understand that
park
either.
Your own damn vehicle.
I don't know. I was like 5 at the time.
And it's a convenience. I mean, that's the thing too. With valet, like
I don't want
if you're
someone
a
in my
city and
vehicle.
shit where you got to like look for parking. Like, the valets have like a monopoly on all the parking lots around there. So you pull up to the front door, you walk out, and you go inside. Like, it is nice.
I'm still not letting someone else have my keys. I'm gonna park my own vehicle and then I'm gonna lock it so that no one can actually get in.
Well, then that's what you do. And when you're in New York City or some shit, you drive around for 20 minutes looking for a place to park.
You know what? I'll walk.
That's what you do. It's fine. I mean,
not
it's
20 minutes.
It's
It's more like 2 hours.
Shit, I drive around the mall in Durham for 20 minutes trying to find parking spots.
But that's one of the benefits of valet. You get right up front, and you don't got to walk. You walk right in.
But at what cost?
You impress the lady friend.
Oh yeah, that'll impress them.
And then they have to worry about finding the parking and stuff, and that's why they normally have like a whole lot sectioned off. In fact, I remember there was a sports bar that I went to quite a while, and they'd have valet parking on like Fridays and Saturdays, and it was annoying as hell because no one would use it. But so the whole like half of the parking lot was all like flagged off with cones and shit, so you couldn't get in. And then like everyone else was trying to park on like the outside part. Now I always parked in the back. I had my own spot. And normally, even on a busy Saturday when the place was completely packed, like their parking lot was bigger than their like seating capacity. So if the place was super packed, you'd still have open parking spots. And I had my one spot in the back. Well, when they cut off half of the parking lot, then people would be parking in my spot. Pissed me off.
All right, now we have Old Man Moon to tell us how the 70s were like.
Yay!
Old Man River.
I think I can tell you what 1978 was like.
Tell me about the bell bottoms, baby.
They say you can't remember when you're like 6 months old, but
Oh,
I remember falling down a staircase, and then later on hearing the story of how I fell down, of how this guy dropped me down the staircase.
Because you couldn't remember.
Same staircase that I remembered from before.
What an a-hole.
You got hit on your head, so you can't. You have to have someone else to tell you.
So I remember the 70s.
All right.
The 80s are a little more clear, but a little blurry.
It
90s, don't even ask.
It sounds
Tell me
like the
about
70s were like a turbulent time in your life.
Tell me about those Ataris.
They were pretty cool. That's all we had. It was top of the line shit.
Dude, my mom, how those soda companies, they'll have those giveaways where if you look inside the box, it'll have a code and then you'll enter it online and see if you won or whatnot. Well, anyways, so there was a promotion like that Pepsi had during the 80s, and it was win an Atari 2500
26.
or 20, whatever they were. And you had to take the code or whatever and see if you won. I think it just said it on the bottom of the can. Anyways, so my mom had a really, really old case of soda, and the promotion had been like 2 years over, and she looked and she'd won an Atari. But she couldn't redeem it because the competition was like 2 years gone.
They had the 2600.
Wanted Africa.
All I know is that it was a controller that looked like a box with a stick and a button. That one.
It's Atari. Yeah.
That's the 26. Yeah, those were the days, right? Right, Moon?
I think gaming is much better now.
I didn't have one. I had maybe I had an Atari 2600 and a ColecoVision and an Intellivision, whatever my dad bought. I don't know. I was little.
I got an Intellivision at a garage sale, when I was in high school, for like $5. It still works too.
I had this cops and robbers game that was like Pac-Man, but you were like a robber running around picking up money bags, running from the cops. That game was awesome.
So, Smeggy,
What's up?
Schmeggy.
we got I got an email from a guy
Whoa.
asking us to talk about stuff for hit or miss.
Oh yeah.
Must have not been Hillary Clinton.
Quiet you. No one was talking to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's wrong
thanks.
with you?
There's actually
he's
a
a
lot of
Gen
things.
Zer.
A PayPal payment for $100 because that's how much it costs to suggest a topic for that.
No, he did not. He did not PayPal me $100. I wish he had.
Well, and tell him to suck a monkey.
Whoa. Cool down.
No.
13.
What? You're only 13?
This is a
That's not my problem.
The snowflake has started
Rated
to melt.
chat
Who's the oldest in here besides me?
You.
besides you.
You.
Besides me.
Wait.
This is
Matt.
how I can tell you kids are young and dumb because
Matt, what month were you born in?
January.
Okay, you're older than me then.
what are you? 30?
I'm 33. He's 33. If he was born in January of 83.
No, I was 84.
Okay, so I'm older than you then. Because I was born in
Yeah,
August
see,
of
he's
83.
already had his birthday for the year. You still
Oh.
have one coming up.
Right,
Whoa.
right. So I'm the second oldest after you, Moon.
Birthday lives matter.
So you guys grew up with, like semi-decent music.
Yeah. Yeah,
we had good music.
really didn't
I'm gonna have to
become
argue that,
sucky
Moon, because
until like 2000.
I wouldn't even describe some of it music because Millie and Vanilli only lip synced.
Hey man, it was still good music.
It was not good music.
Dude,
Well,
my
All
every-
you need to be concerned about,
devastated.
all you need to
Every
be worried
generation.
about is that any music that you guys could have encountered has to be better than the music of my generation.
All I have to
Of
say,
course.
Moon, is you can't touch this.
Oh,
Every generation has its
Stop.
bad music.
Collaborate and listen.
You can
No.
pick out Milli
Oh, boy.
Vanilli and
Oh,
MC
God.
Hammer.
Vanilla Ice,
what about Salt and Pepper?
no.
That's all 90s crap.
That's
Oh
90s.
dang!
I grew up in the 80s.
You gonna call Snoop Dogg '90s crap?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but yes.
I
'Cause
like
he
the
didn't- he
dog.
didn't get
I
really
like,
big
I
until,
like
like,
his
late
first
90s.
album. His first album was good. It was after the Chronic.
He wasn't big until the late '90s. Early mid '90s, it was like Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer.
Oh God.
That's when music started to become bad. That was like the tip.
No,
of
that's see. Here's the thing. Just because some of
How
the
do you know? You weren't around at that point yet.
yeah, just 'cause some of the music was
I can
bad
still
doesn't mean
listen
all
to
of
it
it
now
was. 'Cause
and
that was the
when
same
it
time that fucking
compared.
Metallica and Megadeth were kicking ass and shit.
Right.
Like we had heavy metal. We were
Didn't
cool.
Metallica start in the 80s though?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Oh dang!
But Moon
but they were
Moon had it
popular.
better
The Black Album was
because Moon had Rick Astley in the
mid-90s.
'80s.
Well, it seems like
give you
Dude, that's the
up, let
90s.
you
Dude,
know.
got your time all fucked up. That's the 90s.
That's the '80s right there.
90s. Go ahead, look
Look
it up.
Assume the time
No.
that
Look it up.
Ready made.
I think
You
Rick
really-
Astley might be 90.
No,
You
it's
can't fuck
80s.
with me, man. That is 90s.
I wonder how much money he still has.
I read something that he's only made like a couple $100 off the whole Rick Roll thing because he
Yeah,
didn't
Rick
write the song.
Springfield. Fuck
Did
Rick
he,
Roll.
Did he license the
Yeah,
song
Rick
to someone?
Springfield.
No,
Jesse.
he didn't write it, so he doesn't get any royalties from it.
Oh dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
I bet he could come up with like a gig now that like more people know about it, even though the whole viral trend has stopped. I bet he could have like a talk show or something, make money off of it.
Well, it seems like with music, like the good 80s bands started in the 70s, whereas like the good 90s bands started in the 80s.
Nope. Moon, I just looked it up. Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley is 1987.
Whoa.
Get the fuck out of here, bruh.
I'm not
It's got
kidding.
Rick rolled.
I can give you a wiki link just so you know. Wikipedia. It said 87.
You just
Someone say
edited it.
WikiLeaks.
Edited
No,
it.
I did not edit. I can't edit this shit.
I swear to God, is this seriously what I join in? Fucking talking about Rick
Hey,
Astley.
we're trying to teach
Oh,
you
God, we got
youngin about good music.
Hey, this
I
is the
could
rated PG-13.
I could deal with
chat
the
room.
with
This is
the
rated
high
shut the
schooler.
fuck up room. If you
but-
keep saying that one more time, this is not
You
rated
know,
PG-13.
I
It's not
can't
my
stand
fault. You're only
Canadians
13.
here. Why are Canadians in here?
It's rated PG-13 and a half.
Here, click. Man.
How about Peggy 18? Don't they use that in Canada?
Click that link.
Hers, I gotta say, I love that profile picture.
Who are you talking to?
You love that profile picture.
Yeah, Moon. That's 87 right there.
I actually made it.
Yeah. Gangster Duck. Gotta love
Did
it.
it not become popular till
No,
the 90s?
it's actually how you
Actually, he didn't
people
become
say-
popular until like 6.
I'm gonna say
8 or 9 years ago
2016.
when they did the whole Rickroll thing.
Nah, I remember that song when I was a kid.
I mean, it was
I
top
used
of
to
the
go
charts
to-
at one point.
I used to go to
Tyler,
dances with
Yes.
girls.
save me.
Oh,
For
God.
what?
Dude, if you guys want to have your little kitty chat, like start up a new room or whatever.
I'm not a
We're
fucking
talking
minor
here.
anymore, Smeggy. Go suck a dick.
Whoa! Rated
Whoa.
PG-13 and a half.
No, this is R. You need to leave. What's your name?
He said the D word.
Dude, you're right. 1987.
Yeah, and I fucking told you.
Anyways,
I
as
take
I
it
was
all.
saying,
Oh no,
you're
Night
supposed
Strike
to-
language.
You're supposed to say it's a chick with a gun, not it's a duck.
Gangster Duck.
I think we're ignoring the factor that Night Strike was fucking right.
It's a chick with a gun.
Yeah, we are ignoring the fact that Night Strike was fucking right. You're correct.
We're
But
also
no, it's a
ignoring
gangster
the talk
duck.
about your avatar because no one cares about that either.
Whoa!
Ooh, snap.
Oh, I feel offended.
Good.
Really? Wow, you must be a millennial.
Shut up, Tyler. You're one too.
Actually,
I think we
Actually,
did
I'm
Gen
Gen
Z.
Z. Suck a big
Actually,
one.
to be more specific, I feel triggered. So
Tyler,
I'm
you and
actually
him were
technically-
both born
I'm
in the
technically
90s,
Gen-
so it's still.
Actually, I'm technically Gen Z.
No, you're not.
No, I
No,
think
not gender Z. We're talking about generations.
Yes.
Whoa!
You can identify with whatever you want. We don't care about that.
That's correct. I identify as Gen Z.
I am actually
And-
amosexual.
And remember, Smeggy identifies as an attack helicopter, so watch out.
Whoa!
I am trans age. Please stop.
Pierce me with some of your missiles.
Oh Jesus! All right.
I did not need to hear that.
Did you just assume that attack
Choke me harder.
helicopter is sexuality?
Oh,
Yes, he did.
Did you just assume? Did you just assume that he has missile pods?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, get muted, bitch.
Yeah.
Get muted.
It's not really that much of a punishment. He mutes himself like every 2 seconds because he's playing his
Space
video
bar.
games.
Playing his
Oh.
video games.
What video games are you playing? That
Playing
everyone else
Call
is
of
getting-
Duty. You know,
It's like-
the
Ew.
18th version.
like it's almost
Ew.
unavoidable because if I want to type something in, when I'm looking at gun
Wait a second,
stuff,
Hers, hang on. You can redeem yourself. What Call of Duty are you playing?
I actually never played Call of Duty before.
You're digging yourself deeper into the hole.
Just lie.
I'm serious. I never bought it on Steam.
That doesn't mean you haven't played it. You
Never
could just be
played
like
it.
me and be a terrible person. It's just yo ho yo ho.
I've played Heroes and Generals before. I played War Thunder. I've played.
You better
World-
boot that shit up and let's go play Heroes of Generals.
I've played Roblox.
Yeah, go play
before.
Heroes of Generals. Or whatever.
I play Phantom Forces on Roblox a lot.
Oh god. Oh god.
Smeggy,
He's
you've got
talking about
mail.
Roblox.
It ain't a bad game actually.
I have mail?
Play Call of Duty, you
You
pussies.
have email. Check your email. I sent you. I forwarded you
Believe it
the
or
email.
not, I know the creator of Phantom Forces, little Zinamon. He's in college. He's a game developer.
Cool.
I was still in college.
Hold on. I've got a
Oh,
response
okay.
for that.
Okay.
On.
Your mom was in college.
Whoa! Oh no!
Yeah, you're right. She was in college.
Real famous too.
She wasn't
Oh.
that famous.
And
Only girl with no gag reflex.
And what did
How
she
would a
do?
Canadian know? You've never.
Talk about that before night.
Yeah, I didn't think Canadians had penises. So
Whoa!
What is going on with this
Let
chat?
that maple
Okay,
syrup drip down my
we
throat.
need a serious timeout on this shit. So
This chat has fucking
I like
evolved.
guns, right? Do you all like guns?
I like
like guns.
Gats are
I like
nice.
guns.
Okay, let's talk about some gunnage here. We're just
Let's
hitting
talk
the
about
reset
Glock
button.
19s.
I'm getting a Glock 17 on Thursday.
let's
How
talk
about
about
not?
let's talk about
Congrats.
let's talk
Congratulations.
Well, let's talk about 1911s.
let's
They're
talk
great.
about Glock
Yeah.
11s.
No,
What did you just say?
it's like a shovel or something.
Let's talk about AKs because
Let's
it's
talk about how
AK
AK
pulls coming up.
receivers. Let's talk about how unfinished AK lower receivers kind of look like a shovel.
Memes.
No,
Wanna
technically
hear
you can
more
make
about
AK in yours.
Matt's Glock 17.
Let's talk
Right,
about how we can all have our rifles and opinions and just kind of live with each other.
No,
I
Yeah,
think
so
currently
that's
we
why
should
I'm asking
talk about.
Matt about
We should
Glock 17.
formulate what do we think the firearm rights of the People's Republic of Kyrgyzstan should be.
Oh dang! I know someone from Kyrgyzstan, and they don't have any gun rights. So I think we
Preserve
should.
the Second Amendment in Michigan. What's going on in Michigan, Mr. NRA?
What's going on in Michigan?
I
I
think
don't
we
know.
should. I think
I
we
clicked
should
on
talk
an email.
about.
Jesus.
Oh, Mr. NRA? I think
I
Mr.
think-
NRA wants to spam you with 1 minute long videos on YouTube 80 times a day.
I think we should talk about how 17 HMR lives matter. Also,
No, seriously, am I the only one that gets pissed off by the way the NRA
no.
YouTube channel-
Mosquito lives.
Yeah,
matter.
I mentioned that. I actually mentioned that the other day. It's like I get what they're doing, right? They're
It's
trying to
fucking
pull out
cancer.
certain topics
I'm just a
from
dude,
a
okay.
long form show, but they're doing it at like you said, a minute and a half. They're cutting off their own guests. Like they don't even show the full segment. Like if you have a guest on for 5 minutes, don't just show 1 minute. You know what I mean? Jesus. So I agree with you on that. That's
Like,
that
I
is kind of
want
annoying.
to go to the NRA show for the specific purpose of finding whoever is their media correspondent on YouTube and knocking him out.
Oh man, now you're just an Antifa.
oh dang!
Yes, I will become Antifa for that purpose.
Hmm.
And then after that, I'll return back to the smart side of history.
The
This
smart
doesn't
side
say
of
anything
history.
about preserving the Second Amendment rights in Michigan. It's just a list of NRA events in the area. None of them are really near me.
Let's talk about how no matter how much money Larry Potterfield gets, he still stays humble.
That is true.
Except he doesn't.
Or
He's
we
pretty
can talk
humble.
about how the fact that we just managed to get the 100,000 signatures on the NFA petition.
Oh yeah, we should do,
That was a while ago, dude.
talk about that. That
Yeah,
was
this
like
is-
2 days ago.
Yeah, that's like forever ago.
No, it isn't.
Get the repeal the Hughes up first.
Yeah, let's talk about
Yeah.
how we need to get the repeal the Hughes Amendment petition.
What's that at?
Maybe we should talk about why it took a YouTube star to get people to sign up for that shit.
I know.
You know
Maybe
what?
because
I
people
So
that
that people know about it.
Maybe
I
because
read
people that have
otherwise-
several
made like
thousand
3
likes.
Oh,
separate
it's all talking at the
videos
same
on
time
it.
again. Woohoo!
Woo! Tim from Military Arms.
It's all talking at the same time. It's all talking at the same time.
God damn it! I'm with a bunch of
Everyone that's
millennials.
watching this right now just committed suicide.
Don't
say that.
God, can
not
we
very
seriously have a little civility here?
Hopefully it wasn't
Not
with a fire.
until hit or
Hopefully,
miss.
hopefully, guys,
I
it
think
wasn't
I'm a
with a firearm,
civilian.
so that's not a statistic they use against us. Make sure you use rope when you kill yourself.
But
Maybe
Smikes, you get the email?
You
Yeah, I
shouldn't
saw
make,
that. We've
shouldn't
talked
make
about that
jokes
before.
about suicide.
Yeah, well, he wants us to answer this, so
Talk about it
He's-
again.
we can talk about it again and then talk about whatever else. But
You
I think
shouldn't.
we
You
should
shouldn't
answer
make
it.
jokes about suicide because the veteran suicide rate is pretty high, and that's something that I care about a lot. So,
Thank you, Mr. Statistic.
well,
Now give us actual numbers. Don't
actual
don't.
numbers.
Yeah, it's
don't-
22 a day. There's actually a
I could probably pull something.
Mission
Yes, and
22
just
you can
tease you,
donate
but
to.
I know it's
and
pretty high,
promote.
so
Yeah, you do 22 push-ups, and then you can donate.
So
I hear what you're saying, dude, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, yes, that is a serious issue. I am one of the opinion that, like, you can still joke about something. It's not the end of the world. So even though, yeah, it's a serious issue and all that stuff, it's like, it was obviously a freaking joke. But either way.
I didn't hear the joke. I just answered the question of
it wasn't very
statistics
funny.
and how to donate and support it.
Yeah, he's getting all hung up on the fact I'm doing suicide jokes.
Someone's killing themselves tonight. Live on the chat.
Oh god,
I
DB's
mean,
here. I'm on
honestly,
off.
I didn't hear it because everyone was
Oh
talking
no,
over each
some
other
guy who
anyways.
doesn't carry a gun is here.
What's up, Dubba?
What's up, Dibby?
Yeah, Dubba.
I'm killing. Who's killing themselves, man? I'm killing this chat tonight. That's what I'm doing.
Whoa.
I'm coming to kill this chat. Chat death.
Nah, dude, you always make the chat.
Whoa, I almost got hit by a bus for this chat. Fuck, see? What's going on, dude?
A bus hit you?
Almost a bus just hit me. Nah, I'm gonna go live. No, seriously, who's killing themselves?
Nobody, dude. It was like I don't know where it came from, but
I'm killing the rhymes on the mixtape.
That's
Kill yourself.
Up, kid. Bars. You got
Stop.
bars.
It's time to stop.
Bars. You want me to spit?
Canadians in here? Fucking Canada? Fucking
God
Canada's
damn
in this
right.
bitch.
Canada's pretty OG.
Hell yeah, OG fucking communist.
Yeah, Bob's the pinnacle of OG-ness.
OG fucking communist.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, OG stands for old guy, right?
OG stands for,
Original
fucking-
gangster.
Stands for
OG stands
Olive
for your
Garden.
Prime Minister's Castro's son.
I'm pretty sure OG stands for Olive Garden.
that's the original OG.
Yeah, I
The
saw a meme
OOG
today,
is Olive
and
Garden.
Castro's a fucking OG.
Castro is an OG for sure.
Castro's my man.
someone had a
Sperm,
picture.
his sperm, man. It was his sperm that created your prime minister. They say.
Whoa. Didn't need to know that.
Yeah, dude.
That's true.
That's like a well-known theory.
Google that shit, man. The kid don't look like his dad.
Don't you mean an unproven scientific theory?
Fake news. I mean, fake news. Hashtag fake news.
I saw someone had photoshopped a picture of like the South part. You know how the Canadians all have like the weird faces? They have photoshopped an over Trudeau's.
Don't
Yeah,
you mean
Trump's hand.
CNN, Counterfeit News Network?
You mean Clinton News Network?
They have flappy heads.
I think it's ABC always broadcasting crap.
Fake news. Fake news.
Oh, you're Italian?
I'm like Mario. Super Mario Brothers.
Mario.
That's a spicy meatball.
I think we should get on
fake
these
news.
spicy memes.
Scusa.
You don't want
You want spicy memes,
Hey.
go to Best Gun It. You want spicy memes, go to Best Gun It.
Wow.
Hey, Reddit.
I'm a pretty old
Reddit
school
news.
guy, so I don't usually dabble in the memes.
Hey, Pizzagate.
Dude, I actually saw a pretty good video. What's his face? The fucking 1776. That guy.
Oh,
Oh, Alex Jones.
Alex Jones was.
1776 will rise again.
Alex,
but
hey,
no,
don't you dare
it's
say
like
anything
fucking
bad about
story.
Alex Jones. Don't you
The
any of you
answer
say
to that-
anything
Do
bad
you
about
actually
Alex
believe
Jones. Not but a
things that
humble
Alex
water
Jones
filter
says?
salesman.
Okay, shut the fuck up. Seriously, I was in the middle of a fucking story.
No.
Alex
Whoa.
Jones was on Joe Rogan, and this was the most sensible I have ever seen Alex Jones, because Joe Rogan would stop him every couple seconds and be like, "You can't just say that, explain yourself." And then he would like give evidence, and then he'd say something else. He'd be like, "Wait, what do you mean by that?" And he would give evidence. It's like, holy
not only
shit.
that,
Like,
Joe
Alex
Rogan was
Jones was
Googling.
right about all that
Yeah.
shit.
Joe Rogan was Googling shit, so he'd be like, pull it up. You know what's funny is I agree with you, because Alex Jones is like the WWF.
Yeah,
But
that's why I
He
watched.
was also high off marijuana
Exactly.
and drinking like copious amounts of whiskey.
Alex
And
Jones.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
He was
crazy,
dying,
man.
too.
Alex Jones smokes?
He kept passing him the joint, man. I watched the video. It was fucking the funniest shit I've ever seen. Alex Jones was like, wait, this is tobacco, right? I mean, you know Joe Rogan smokes weed on the show, like every show. He smokes weed every show.
I bet Alex Jones was all like, this was marijuana made by the globalists.
He smoked the shit out of that marijuana, man. He smoked that shit so much and held his head that it's pretty obvious he smokes every fucking day. Like, he didn't even look high, dude. He was like fucking chilling, dude.
He probably smoked and was like, globalist who? Who?
No, I agree. It was the best I've ever seen. It was the best I've ever seen.
So the reason I brought that up was they were talking about Pizzagate and all like the whole like, people think that this pizza place has like, you know, a dungeon or some shit, you know, like, and they're torturing kids or some shit. And he's like, that I never said that. He's like, he said stuff about, you know, I don't know, some of the other like corruptions and stuff that were in the emails. And the way the media like throws the scent off is to come out with this crazy thing and then like say that that's what Alex Jones was talking about. So then everyone writes Alex Jones off as like a crazy person. And it was like, holy crap. In fact, they even showed a segment where, and these are words that did come out of Alex Jones' mouth. And I will admit, he probably, when you take it out of context, it sounds really bad. But basically he said, you know, Hillary Clinton has like killed and tortured children with her own hands. And then he goes on to explain that he didn't really mean literally. What he was talking about was like all of the like the countries that donate to her foundation, and she like lets stuff slide, and how all these kids were killed and mutilated and all this different stuff, and she turned a blind eye and all, like, so it's one of them things. He didn't mean it literally, but they take it out of context to make it sound like he literally meant with her bare hands she, you know, tore kids apart. And then he explains how he meant it figuratively, but they don't show that part. They only show the first part.
Well, that's how like Mark Dice, like they showed CNN News reporting on this one girl.
Mark Dice is crazy.
No, Mark Dice is actually pretty sensible.
He thinks the Illuminati is in Hollywood.
Well, I think that's real too.
I don't know.
The New World Order.
But did you hear about what happened to Ben Swan?
Dang, I was actually going
to make
a point.
I watched him. Ben Swan was on. Ben Swan is on. Isn't Ben Swan Atlanta News?
Yeah, but they pulled him off after he did that Pizzagate story. And
no, he was on last night.
He with a reality check?
No, he's just the head. He's just like he's like fucking Ron. He's like, you know, Anchorman, dude. He's like Ron.
There's no more reality check. He had to take down his Facebook. He had to take down all of this thing that had to do with reality check, or right after that Pizzagate.
That fucking email. When you read those emails, and they're real, like they're not fake. I don't think they ever said they were fake, because WikiLeaks, I think, has a record of like, WikiLeaks has a good record of not releasing fake shit. It might have been from the Russians. It could have been from the Martians, but
I think the Russians hacked my toilet.
Real. And those emails were creepy. Like, that shit was like, yeah, the Uber's coming to pick up the kids. The kids are definitely going to be in the hot tub. Like, what? Who's that going? I don't know.
I blame the Russians for hacking my toilet and increasing my water bill.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, no, you're right, DB. I mean, that was the whole thing with like, oh yeah, we have, you know, extra pizzas for you, like made the way you like them. That's where the whole pizza thing came from. Can I get a pizza
for an hour?
Oh, yeah, what was the other thing? It was like $40,000 worth of hot dogs, and they were like for a dinner party that was like 10 people.
Obama ordered some hot dogs.
Yo, they were talking. They were like, you know how much
Obama
for the amount of people at the party? They were like, per hot dog, that would have been like $400 per hot dog. It was insane, man. And then the guy was like, well, what does walnut mean?
Logical explanation. It was a hot dog eating competition, so they were dollar hot dogs. They just all ate 4,000 of them.
It was wild, man.
I think they were Illuminati hot dogs.
that might have been my favorite podcast of the fucking year. I mean, that shit was so. I was cracking up. So I was crying. I was laughing so hard I was crying when they were talking about the NASA shit, like the
and I don't believe
the moon landing and shit.
Yeah,
and that guy Eddie Bravo, the MMA dude, was like, he was so high and kept like interrupting. It was being so funny, man.
Hey,
yeah, that's the one. He loses me on that. I'll say this: I saw Alex Jones in a different light than I normally see him, because I've always said I generally agree with him. He just goes too far and he goes overboard because
definitely
he can't help himself. It's like Tourette's of like, Build-A-Bear and
entertainment.
Alex Jones gets in this mode where he just starts going off. He starts with a really good factual story that makes a lot of sense, and then he'll just go off on this whole tyrannical government rant.
He was on Steven Crowder, and he sounded kind of sane for the most part.
1776 will rise again.
Well, see, that's the thing here, and Joe nailed it perfectly. It's like, because he's like, here's your problem, Alex. Like, on your show, you're unchecked. You're used to talking in, monologues. You're used to just getting on your soapbox, and you go unchecked, and you're a very passionate person. He's very passionate, and he tends to be right about stuff, and sometimes he's not. I don't agree with everything he says, but the thing is, what's his face? Pierce Morgan knew he's the type of guy you can push his buttons and call it the AR-47 and all that shit, and he'll go off and he'll look crazy because he gets so angry and he's like, "Come and take my gun, 1776, motherfucker! I'll kill you again." Blah blah blah. Like all, and then he won that argument. Pierce Morgan didn't have a single valid point in the entire argument, but anyone casual person watching it, they look at a person just trying to have a common sense dialogue and a crazy guy, even though the crazy guy was right about everything he said. Jesse talking about guns are not the problem, like all this different stuff. Like, you can't stop what you want to stop with the laws you want to pass. The laws won't work, blah, 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 all this stuff. But no, you had a common sense person and a crazy person.
I always liked the Alex
not dumb
interview with Pierce Morgan. I always thought it was great for the gun community, and people thought it was bad.
Because the average dude, the guy who just has a shotgun in the closet, picking up stuff,
I think it got people riled up enough to fight more.
Maybe. I mean, I think the activists were already active. I don't know what happened to the people in the middle.
Then. I don't remember exactly why, but that's the way I felt back then. I remember that.
Well, if it got you going, then good. I mean, I can't say it inspired me any more than I already was.
No, somebody needed to stay. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Whoa.
I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is.
I want to sound sane if what I'm doing to them sounds insane and I have to, like, walk on eggshells and make it sound sane. Fuck them.
Well, and I get you on that. I'm just saying, if you're in, like, a public debate like that, if you actually are trying to convince... Not necessarily the other side, right? Because we all know Bloomberg and Feinstein and all them people are never going to convince. But if you're going to try and convince the people in the middle, then you have to do it tactically. Yeah. And the way Alex Jones behaved was not tactical for the soccer mom, for the dude who's got a shotgun collecting dust, for any other people that used to be, well, I don't have a gun, but I don't care if you have one. Those people either didn't join our cause or went, holy crap, gun people are crazy, and went more anti.
Good use of the word tactical, by the way.
Well, thanks.
It actually made sense instead of throwing it on every single product that has some sort of connection to a firearm.
Well, yeah, I mean, I just figure that, you know, when you go on the debate stage, you just have some Molly gear or something and some rails.
Hell yeah.
And then you have good debate tactics.
And if people like Pierce Morgan don't agree with you, just throw some 1913 Picatinny rails at them.
Sure. Maybe a laser.
But not the Surefire, because those cost
They're just called 1913 rails. Picatinny is a company that wasn't even the ones who invented the 1913 spec.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
Looks like we're
Knowledge bomb.
getting into a conspiracy theory now.
No, it's not a conspiracy theory. That's public record. You can look at patents.
Free X-Files theme song mixtape with every purchase.
I'd probably buy one of those Mossberg Shockwaves if I found it used and not $500.
No.
If it was under $500, I'd buy it.
Look at that! Look at that video that Ian and Carl Casarda from InRange TV did on the Mossberg Shockwave.
I don't care. I had a Shockwave buttstock thingy-mabob on my regular shotgun, and it wasn't that big a deal.
I mean, it's just a grip. I'd rather have a buttstock.
I have a shotgun with a buttstock. I want something that's not a shotgun.
I don't know if you just want to give the finger to the ATF and you want to spend $500 to do that. That's
Oh, get that little one.
Nah, I just want to quote InRange videos. That's what I want to do. But nah, like, it's cool. It's nifty. That's how you encourage people to.
It's a range toy.
The Daily Show start.
Yeah, and that's how you encourage people to continue
so.
building cool and nifty things. You give them money.
I mean, I guess. Once it's sold to the first consumer, though, and you're buying it used, you're not really supporting Mossberg anymore because it's already secondhand.
Well, that is true, but if Mossberg wanted to be smarter about it, or at least smart about it, they wouldn't charge $550. They wouldn't charge the same cost for a Mossberg 550A1 or whatever?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
What, a 590 you're talking about?
Is that it? Whatever the
590.
whatever the fancier one is.
The Marine Magnum.
Yeah.
But those are stainless steel. I'd rather have one of those and then just throw one of those.
Those aren't stainless steel.
The Marine Magnums?
The Marine Magnums are Remington.
Oh, dang.
The 590A1s are Parkerized.
I think they still have an aluminum receiver.
I wouldn't
But they have a heavy wall barrel and a all metal trigger mechanism or whatever the fuck with trigger guard, metal trigger guard.
Yeah, and it has the bayonet lug, and it's like a.
Yeah.
Has the extended mag tube already put on it. Like, it's a nifty shotgun, but either way.
Only on the 20-inch model.
Yeah, it shouldn't cost the same amount of money as that for a range toy. I will say, though, that after watching that AK Operators Union video, I feel like I need a
104.
AK-74 now. Yeah, one of those 104s.
Yeah. I've always wanted one, but I still. Nah. Mags are too expensive.
Mags actually aren't that bad anymore. The Magpul ones are coming out for like $15 a magazine. That's the Magpul ones that actually work, not the first gen ones that will fall apart.
I don't remember Magpul ever having 545 Gen 1 AK mags.
They do now. Which is why you buy the Gen 2s, which are like $15 as opposed to like $11. It was the Shot Show 2017 announcement that Magpul, or one of them that Magpul did. And the 545 ammunition is about the same, if not maybe a little cheaper than 7.62.
No, it's a little more expensive. It's like 25, 50 cents more a box.
No, it's not. It's 23 cents a round right now on SG Ammo. You pull up 7.62 by 39 to compare it. I think it's about the same. Yeah.
Just that brand? Just that store?
No, there's other stores with other brands, but yeah, I'm seeing right now on SG Ammo the cheapest that 7.62 comes in is 20 cents a round. The cheapest 5.45 comes in is like 23 cents a round. So like a 3 cents difference between between it.
60 cents a box difference.
That's not a big enough deal, though.
Like I said,
it's still
I didn't say it was a deal breaker.
It's still cheaper than 5.56 or 2.23.
Not if you just shoot a bunch of steel. 223.
Yeah, but I'm not an uncivilized monster.
Yeah, because Noveski told you not to, right?
Not only Noveski, but H&K also said no for their MR5.56s.
BCM said no, too. And I said, fuck you.
Don't tell me what to do, BCM. You don't make any of your parts yourself in-house anyways.
This shit runs steel case anyway. Yeah, they don't hide their fuck-ups in-house. It gets QC'd twice. Because it's like built to a standard to where Noveski can be like, oops, oh well, put it on the line.
You do know the only thing that Noveski actually makes in-house is their barrels and the
go.
forged or the milled receivers.
One of the most important parts.
Yeah.
They've been buying their Noveski been buying their billet from Arrow Precision. They don't do that in house.
They do that in house.
Well, Arrow's been making up their surplus.
Their forge is what Arrow does.
Yeah. Arrow billets. Top tier Arrow Precision.
Oh.
I needed a Noveski lower in FDE.
Right now, Rifle Gear is selling a match set. Which version do you want?
I don't want the upper.
Well, do you want the forged one or do you want the milled one?
I don't know. Whatever one's cheaper, I guess.
That'd be the forged.
Yeah.
Honestly, for the same price or 100 more, you could buy a matched lower and upper set versus just buying the.
But then I'd have to get the upper Cerakoted black or blackened somehow.
No, the upper it already comes black. You would just Cerakote. You would just Cerakote the lower. Yeah, FDE.
Maybe.
Here's the link.
I like links.
I want an upper with no forward assist, though. That's the thing.
Forward assists are pretty much useless.
That's why I want my upper with none.
So are those brass deflectors. Those things aren't really worth anything.
No, I need that. I like my brass being in a little neat pile after I shoot.
Well, that's a different philosophy of use.
Yeah, there's the link for it. It's out of stock right now, but it pops up on this website like all the time.
Out of stock.
Oh boy. I think something that would be cool to build is one of those retro Dutch AR-10s with the trigger charging handle and the carry handle.
This guy is offering me a Colt LE 6920 lower for $409.
Anything from Colt is going to be overpriced.
That's not like really overpriced. That's about where it should be at.
And they're going for like $850 right now.
Yeah.
It's also the part of the gun that should have less wear on it.
Yeah. And plus, it's something that when this whole process is over and Stacy is off of my trust, I could register it and use it for my Mark 18. Unless, Trump wants to abolish the NFA before that happens.
Ooh. Abolishing the NFA regardless would be awesome.
Nah, it wouldn't. We need it.
We need the NFA?
Yep.
Why?
Because it's very important.
Sarcasm. Or at least I hope that's sarcasm.
Not at all.
I'm not the biggest fan of short-barreled rifles or machine guns or suppressors, but I still wish that we didn't have the NFA. And the silence continues. And then there were three.